Hi, I'm Geordie.
And I'm Sam.
And welcome back to our channel.
And today we're going to be doing the most overrated players from each club.
Yes, an updated version, as we did do a version of this last year. So without any further ado,
let's get started.
So we're going to do them from Adelaide all the way down to the Western Bulldogs. And the first one is the Adelaide Crows. And we both decided on Rory Sloane. He didn't have the best season in 2020. So hopefully next year he can turn it around.
Okay, so the next player from the Brisbane Lions is Mitch Robinson. He's just a bit overrated. They talk about him a lot, but I don't think he does too much.
Next team on the list is Carlton, and we picked Eddie Betts just purely because he's an older player, which means that he doesn't get as much run time as all the others, so he doesn't often look as good on the team as some of the younger ones that they have now.
So for Collingwood, pick Brodie Grundy just because he gets paid a lot and he isn't like one of the better, or he's one of the better ruckmans, but I don't think he should be on what he's on at the moment, so that's why we got him as one of the most overrated players.
For Essendon, we picked Jake Stringer, just because he is quite overrated, and I don't really, he's getting quite old now, isn't he? And it showed in the game when Port played against him, he wasn't at his fittest, so that's why we picked him for Essendon.
So for Fremantle, we've gone with Walters. He's overhyped when he does. He kicks like one goal a game and he gets, spoke about all the time. So, yeah.
So for Geelong, we picked Tom Hawkins just because he didn't have the best finals campaign. He played a really good season, but he didn't perform well in finals. So that's why we picked Tom Hawkins.
Okay, so from Gold Coast, we're going to go with Matt Rowell, just because he got injured and he was talked about a lot before he got injured, and yeah, he got injured, so that's why he's on this list.
So for GWS, we picked Callum Ward. We are not sure if he is retired or not, because for some bizarre reason, I think he is, but he played a bit of an average season in 2020.
From Hawthorn, we're going to take Chad Wingard. I think when he played for Port, he was a little bit overrated because he started off well, but then he wouldn't kick as many goals in a season, and he was still getting the same hype. So, yeah.
So from Melbourne, we picked Nathan Jones just because he is getting old, and he did sign a new contract a few weeks ago, I think, but we just find that he's quite old, and so it is harder for him to play at his top form.
So from North Melbourne, we're going with Jared Polak. Just, again, lots of money and hasn't performed as well as he should.
So from Port Adelaide, we picked Todd Marshall just because he cost Port a few games in the season, and a few of them we did win, but he did cost us a lot, and he shouldn't have been playing in the prelim final at all, and so we really feel like he is very much overrated in the Port Adelaide side.
From Richmond, we think Tom Lynch is the most overrated player because even though he does kick a few goals, but when he kicks a few, everyone raves on about him, and even if he doesn't kick any, people still go on about him. So that's why I think he's still overrated.
So from St Kilda, we picked Jake Carlisle because we couldn't really think of any, so we just had to pick one.
We pick Lance Franklin, and he didn't play a game this year, and he was on like $1 million, and all the talk around him, when he went to Sydney and all that, he didn't really perform. So
So for West Coast, we picked Josh Kennedy just because he had a bit of a slow season this year, and I think he was injured for a little bit of it as well, so he didn't get to perform as well as he would have liked. So that's why we picked Josh Kennedy.
the last club and the last player is Mitch Wallace from the Western Bulldogs. We think he's on the overrated list because he performs, but not regularly enough to where you can say he's, a regular performer, and he gets talked about a lot. So
Comment down below who you think are the most rated players from each club or just your own club. Thank you guys so much for watching.
remember to like, comment, and subscribe.
I will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.